By the divine authority of the Templar, you are hereby exiled to the forsaken shores of Reklast. You have transgressed against God and consorted with sin. Find your redemption, Exile, or die in the attempt. Swift and silent, you stole the bounty of others. A crow that plunders our crops. A stray dog that slaughters our sheep. Oriath is a land of men, not animals. Think on that, Ranger, when Reklast shows you how to truly live like an animal.
I've not seen a wilderness like this before. There'll be some dark days ahead.
You and I, we're the only ones that made it to shore. Alive, anyway. Looks like you found something you can defend yourself with. Good. This place is crawling with criminals. There's smoke rising just east of here. Could be worth checking if
still breathing, that's a good sign. My mana is gone.
I've seen you before, back in Oriath. running like a frightened rabbit from my father and his gameskeepers. Fleet as a fox you were, even with that leg of prize venison over your shoulder. And from what I saw you do to Hailrake, you've grown even faster since then. I'm Nessa, and I suppose I should thank you for ridding us of that putrid giant. I hope your speed never fails you, Ranger. It's all that stands between you and death here in Rayclast. Lioneye's Watch isn't much, but it's ours. We could use you here, while you live. But should you wish to venture out, do just one thing for me. Out on the coast, amongst the wrecks, there must be a ship's medicine chest. I have many to care for, and there's only so much I can do with herbs and seawater. God hasn't abandoned us.
A ravishing ranger, relegated to rot in Rayclast. That's the first line of the poem I'm writing about you, Exile. Easy go. You could skewer a bloke with a look like that. The name's Bestel, captain of the good ship Merry Gull. Alas, my Merry Gull is gone. My crew is gone. But my wits remain, after a fashion. There's an island, a hop, skip and a wade offshore of the terraces. That's where my Merry Gull ran aground. Watched the locals spit roast the ship's doctor, but his medicine chest might still be there, amongst the splinters and bones. It'd have everything Nessa might need. Dr. Shaky Hands Opton was lousy with a scalpel and even worse with a saw, but he knew his apothecary. Explains the shaky hands, if you ask me. Poor Nessa. Not even a mother herself, and yet she cares for us all. And what a sickly, pathetic brood we are. May she live to have her own family, a real family. If anyone deserves that, Nessa does.
Fine work with Hailrake. Where'd you learn to fight like that? No, forget I asked. We exiles have no history. Dominus took it from us when he had his blackguards dump us in the water out there. Here, got something for you. Should help you kill a few more of those undead bastards. Don't bother thanking me. The way I figure it, the longer we fighters live, the longer everyone lives. That hat Bestel wears? Saw him pluck it from the real captain's head right before the cannibals barbecued the poor bastard. Waste not, want not, I suppose. Yes, Bestel's got a gift for telling tales, but I'd never call him a liar. The truth's always in there. You just have to listen for it. Farewell.
Exile! You are a welcome omen. That look in your eye, I recognize it. A survivor, just like Einhar. That is my name, Exile. Einhar. In my native tongue it means lone fighter. That is what Einhar was for many years. But it is dangerous now to fight alone. Too dangerous. Even for the mighty Einhar. We are in the final days of this world, Exile. Of that, I'm sure. The animals in this land are sick. Sick in the body, and sick in the mind. I have never seen such a sickness before. Only one thing can be done. We survivors must prepare for the end, and delay its arrival as long as we can. For that, we will need supplies, weapons, shelter, food. This is where you come in. Einhar has collected many things. Some useful, some not. Many explosive. I can hunt the beasts of this land for meat, but you can only learn a little from meat. To survive, we must know how to raise them. We must collect them, We must catch them alive, and keep them fed and healthy. I can do the keeping alone, but not the catching. There are beasts here that show promise. I need you to capture them. To do this, you must weaken a beast, then throw a net on it. I have created many ingenious nets. I will give you some. You will use them. When the beast is subdued, I will take it to the menagerie, where it will be kept alive, I think. For a little while, at least. When the time comes, the animal will become food. Food for Einhar. Food for the other beasts. And food for the first ones. But first, we hunt. Here, now. The first ones are watching.
I'm not up to that just yet.
This one is captured. Einhar will take it. You have shown Einhar that you are indeed a survivor. And you have given the first ones their first gift. So now, a gift for you. I do not look like an artist, but I am an artist all the same. Look, when you catch a beast, Einhar will note it down. A little picture, some words. When the world ends, we will need to have books. Information is needed to survive. To stave off the boredom and madness. To learn how to rebuild. You will help me fill it out, yes?
I'm not up to that just yet.
You have been captured, beast. You will be a survivor, or you will be food. You have been captured, beast. You will be a survivor, or you will be food.
Hello. The Merry Gull ran aground on the Tidal island trying to escape from pirates. As tends to happen here in Rakelast, her crew met a far worse fate. Cannibals. Tarkley pulled Bestel from some hideaway in the wreckage. The ship's only survivor. Whether the ordeal fractured his mind or whether it was just in his nature all along, it's clear that Bestel sails a different course to the rest of us. Be well.
My mana is gone.
Kalm's canoe struck this sand with the force of destiny. At his beck, the greatest war host in Karui history tamed the wild sea, their canoes coupling with the land one by one. Lioneye's gemlings met us with shining metal and bold words. Hyri's arrows withered their pride. Kalm's axis silenced their despair. Marseilles Lioneye fought bravely to the last. Kalm honored him with a place on his belt. Kalm has shown Rayclast our Karui strength. Kalm will teach Rayclast the Karui way.
Hello. Tarklee's as good a man as you can find on this god-forsaken coast. He has some wrongs to right, no doubt. What they are, I've never asked, and I never will. If not for Tarklee, we'd all be dead. Be well.
What a lovely day we're having. Tarklee, rescued from the waves. A stricken Bestel, fate's slave. From fallen crew and broken bark, Bestel lives, thanks to Tarklee.
Still alive, are we? Nessa's the one keeps the rest of us from losing our minds. To be honest, when she first arrived, I didn't think she'd survive more than a day, 2 at most. She's been proving me wrong every dawn since. Heard a bard once sing that the fairest flowers bloom in the foulest places. He was bloody well right. Farewell.
Calm has removed the eternal stain from this coast. The Empire's citizens decorate our meeting houses with their heads. Our warriors build homes for our families. Our families till the earth, fish the waters, fill the air with song. The Kardui Way is yet a seedling here, but it grows, gains in pride and power every day. Calm has kept his promise. The time of the Kardui has come.
My mana is gone. That would only slow me down.
I'd almost stopped believing in miracles. This medicine chest. It's greater than the serums and salves it holds. It tells us that we can do more in Rayclass than merely suffer. I've not much to offer in return, but please, take something in thanks for what you've done. Take care.
So, you managed to salvage Shaky Hand's druggery. Nicely done. Nessa will put it to good use. More than that benumbed quack Hopton ever did. Tarkley, rescue! Harold, the Merry Gull's cook, washed up on the rocks over yonder. Dead as a doornail he was. Buried him myself. Then, a few days later, I see him on the beach. A little worse for wear, but upright, shuffling about. A land full of disturbing surprises, this Rayclast.
Got a job for you, if you're willing. There's a pool near the mudflats needs investigating. You'll smell it before you see it. Stinks like a carcass in high summer, but that's not the worst of it. Dead birds walking. Animals don't rise up again the same as people do here. So if they aren't raising themselves, what's doing it for them? The answer's in that fetid pool. Clear the place out and kill whatever's raising those rowers. We've got enough living dead to contend with already. That medicine chest you found, it'll do more than you might think. The medicine will run out, it always does, but Nessa won't. Give that girl a sliver of hope and she'll carry it to the end of the world.
By the divine authority of the Templar, you are hereby exiled to the forsaken shores of Rayclast. You have transgressed against God and consorted with sin. Find your redemption, Exile, or die in the attempt. Why do the keen of mind seek to satiate their curiosity in darkness and depravity? Innocence is our father. Arieth is our mother. When a daughter strays from the light, she makes herself an orphan. Learn well the lessons. You were born to be swift and strong. What did you do with your gifts, duelist? You squandered them on self-indulgence. Sin has led you here, your path inked in the blood of gratuitous murder. You swore sinew and soul to serve God and the Order of the Templar. For years you built a life upon faith, only to smite it asunder with one sinful blow. And is that not... You were born with quickness of body and sharpness of mind. How have you paid for these gifts? With innocent blood. Yours is a predatory profession. Do you think you are savage enough to face the land of the damned, marauder? We offered you truth, yet still you clasped your superstitious lies. We offered you service. Swift and silent, you stole the bounty of others. A crow that plunders our crops. A stray dog that slaughters our sheep. Arieth is a land of men, not animals. Think on that, Ranger, when Rayclast shows you how to truly live like an animal.